All right, name is Andrew Waititu with SAP. I think what I'll do is try and bridge what has been said by the two last speakers. I think first and foremost to say that as a startup, you must also recognize that you're exactly that. You are a startup. And I don't mean that badly. I mean in the fact that you need to change the way you're thinking. There are many people who are here, John, others, who are still here. There are many startups in the thousands that were just startups and didn't make it. You need to change the way you approach the business, the way you approach each other. I think there was a comment that was made by Mike about hunting like hyenas and not lions. I think the animal he needed to use was a leopard. We're all going at it alone. If we come together, put our strengths together, it makes more sense for us as multinationals to approach you rather than the same, we call them the usual suspects. I mean, as a multinational, you come into the country, be it BlackBerry, be it SAP, be it whoever, you go and knock on Mike's door. Everybody's knocking on Mike's door, and everybody else gets ignored. So just quickly to mention that. And then the people. The people issue is a factor of where we are in the market. A multinational coming into this country will look at the pool of people, which is pretty small, and pick the best ones. As the market develops, this will turn around. I lived in South Africa for a long time, and the trend there is that the multinationals lose people to the companies. But that goes back to how do you run your company? Why is it better for me to have a multinational and not virtual city on my CV right now? So it's just an issue also of where we are in the market. So there's quite a bit of development. I think there's a bit of mind change that we need to all take into account to get where we need to go.
All right, Mr. Waititu, many thanks. Mike, and then we'll give Dr. Ndemo.
Just to touch on Kokupo's point, you see, this market for a long time has been an infrastructure-led market. So definitely, when ICT boards say they're giving business to Kenyans, it is infrastructure-led projects. Really, what more value can you add beyond selling infrastructure? Most of the value is overseas anyway. So what you do, you take the product, you add 10% value. But what's happening right now in the market is that you're moving from infrastructure projects to value creation projects. Now, it's that software project where the software portion, and what Waititu can tell you here when he sells SAP, is only 30% of the total project. 65% of the value that you build on top of his product is 65% on top of his product. In the hardware game, all you do is only increase a 10% value add. Now, that is why we need to be worried, whereby, fine, it looks good you've been selling a lot of boxes and everything else, but where you lose out is whereby the multinational comes in and says, look, now the integration part, which is a 60%, okay, we want 90% of this business. We'll give you 10% of that integration business. That is where that's my biggest beef in this whole debate. Why should I only have 10% of the value? Now, when I go to Nigeria is a big market. Trust me, this market of ours is so small compared to Nigeria. The banks there are massive. Those guys are going to ask you one question. Can you do this integration? And remember, that project is probably 20 times the size of the local market. So you look at the Kenyan market, it's less than $1 billion. Africa is $50 billion. So we need to look at ways in which whatever we do in this market, we can re-export the $50 billion out there. So the issue is, Paul, how do we ensure that in the integration business, the 60% value add business, local companies participate much more? That the intellectual property that international companies bring remains local. And that we are able to take that knowledge and re-export it. And that's where really Vision 2030 should be looking at. How do you develop a knowledge economy? When we talk about knowledge economy is not re-exporting goods or importing goods and selling. It's really re-exporting knowledge.
Okay, right.